This Headless Professor video is about how to add charts and graphs within your Google Doc write-up. Now you got three alternatives of how to add a chart or table. First of all, you can take the examples that are already given and simply modify them to fit your needs. So, in other words, we take this particular chart and we'll simply make it fit your example. And suppose there are 50 subjects in your example, and let's suppose they were distributed slightly differently from what we see here, 20, 15, and 5. And then simply type in your corresponding percents. And now your chart matches your data. So that's one way to do it. Another approach is to create a chart right there in Google Documents. So go into Table, Insert Table, and let's see, let's make it 4 columns and 4 rows. There it is. And then just type in what you would like to put in your table. Now, what I prefer to do is to just create the table somewhere else and then paste it in to the Google document. So you might create it in Microsoft Word or some website or within the JASP program or Excel. For example, suppose you have some data that you have created in an Excel spreadsheet, and you really like the way that it looks in Excel. Well, you could do a cut and paste from that. Get those parts that you like, then just do a copy, and then go back to your Google document and go up here and paste. And sometimes it works well, and sometimes when you paste from Excel or even Microsoft Word, it just doesn't line up as good. Well, the next way I'm going to show you how to do it tends to work a little bit better. And that's to use the snipping tool. And Windows from 7 and later have this great little snipping tool where you just get a picture of what it looks like on your screen and then paste it in. So let's go back to what we saw in Excel, and let's try to get that exact thing. So we click on our snipping tool, and we're going to make a new snip. So we just outline that area that we want to snip when we're dragging with the mouse. And once we've got it, we release. We can save it as a separate file and then insert it, or just copy and then get into Google Documents and do a simple paste. And you'll see pretty much exactly what you saw before. And this also works with graphs. So let's take a look at what we had. Oh, here's something we did. We got it just right in Microsoft Word. So let's just copy and paste into Google Documents and see what it looks like. Does it preserve its formatting? Not at all. But then let's use that snipping tool and see if it looks better. So here we go, new snip. We just outline the area, release, copy, go back into Google Documents, and then paste. And it looks just like it looked before. And I find that this approach works especially well with some of the diagrams that come from JASP, like this Bayesian diagram. So once again, let's use the snipping tool. Let's outline the part that we want. Copy, get into our Google Doc, and then we will just paste right here. And we've got exactly the same thing. The only disadvantage to doing it this way with a snipping tool is this now is a picture, and it cannot be edited within Google Documents. You'd have to edit it back in your other program and then take another snipping picture and then send it in. Whereas if you paste your regular table in, it's now part of Google Documents. You can highlight it, you can change the size, and perhaps work with it right there in Google Documents. So those are the advantages and disadvantages of using the snipping tool versus the regular cut and paste for getting your charts and tables into your Google document.